Taurus, Gemini, to your June love reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe. Okay, let's dig deep over here and see what's going on in your love situation. This message. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, big elephant standing in the room over here. Okay. There is some kind of issue that obviously has to be addressed when it comes to you and your partner. You've both been maybe ignoring the situation, but it is saying, you know what, I would like to address the situation. They may be coming back to address it, or who might want you to address it, right? This is your energy for your relationship over here. Yeah, look at that. Six of Pentacles coming out saying yes. They may be begging you. Okay, they're begging you for a second chance. They're begging you to fix this situation. So it does feel like they're thinking that there is enough here to salvage this relationship. So they do want to address the situation with you. That's what it really looks like. Thinking long and hard, though, before they do so. Having the sun coming out. So there's definitely some cloudy days and some rocky times that they are thinking about right now. Not feeling as good and not feeling as confident as they should be. Right, so they're not feeling very confident about this love, but yet they do believe this is worth saving. We can save this. We can salvage this relationship. I just don't know how yet to do so, because if I come towards you, I'm afraid we're going to argue. I'm afraid we're, you know what, yeah, I'm going to make it worse. I'm afraid by saying anything, I might make it worse. It's kind of like walking on broken glass over here, kind of effect. They're not sure how to do so, right? They are thinking about the situation, though, long and hard, that's for sure. But keeping the delays at this time. Okay, and the next card coming out is, ooh, the King of Swords, ooh, with the Seven of Wands. Okay. Well, this is pretty much saying, you know what, they know that you're not going to stand for anything that you do not deserve with the Seven of Wands. Look, I'm not going to take anything that I don't deserve. So pretty much they know that you're not prepared to take their offer at this time anyways. So, because they know, you know what, if I don't give them exactly, if I don't do this exactly right, they're not going to answer my call anyways, especially with the King of Swords. Oh, right? Because no matter what they're saying with the King of Swords, I am absolutely positive that you are my mate. That's what that means. We are perfectly paired with each other, but I do not know how to fix this situation. Because if I don't come at you just perfectly, I can't fix this. Because I know you deserve better, but yet I know we're perfectly paired. I mean, that's what the King of Swords is. You're my perfect pair. I know we are meant to be together. I just have to figure out how to fix this situation. Okay. Gotta fix that. I gotta figure out how to say that. And I gotta say it right. Otherwise, yeah, it's like walking on broken glass over here. I'm gonna stick my foot in my mouth and I don't know what else to say. Protection. Yes, because they know that you're in this kind of protection mode. You're standing up for your own. You're saying, no, I'm not going to do that. But they really want to give you an engagement. They want to make a marriage proposal to you. They know that you are the one for them. They just don't understand how they screwed this up. And what happened? How did this do this? What happened? I don't know what the heck's happened. It's going to be different for everybody what happened. It has something to do with, it feels like, loyalty and devotedness. Did you guys feel like they did something that caused the loyalty and devotedness to die? Were they disloyal, you know, lying? You know, something was going on where you lost that. Yeah, change of heart, different values. Feeling that they betrayed you. Listening to your inner voice, had enough. I'm in solitude. It's almost like they know, though, that you're in solitude. They're just like kind of patiently waiting over here for you to, you know, to come back around so that they can try and woo you, right? And try to fix the situation. They want to make the step forward. They're just not sure exactly which foot to use. because one goes into their mouth and the other one could work. At least that's what they believe. Now, whether or not that's true or not, that's a whole nother story. You know, will you forgive them? Will you take them back? Can you fix this? Is it a heated enough fight to not be fixed, or is it just lukewarm enough to be able to, you know, just say the right words and it's all good, right? Just apologize to me, right? The right way. Because it does show that you guys do have love, or did have a lot of love one way or another. Something went awry. It looks like with the gardener in reverse, I'm going to say that they were tending to their own needs and weren't looking out for your best interest. I mean, you got to think this gardener is like the Seven of Pentacles. So it's like if I'm investing time, right, and putting out all the right nurturing, then it makes the relationship nurture. So it looks like to me that there was some selfish behavior over here where they were only nurturing themselves. So you could only say that, right? You can only say you were looking out for yourself, but you forgot about me. What about me? What about my needs? Hello? If you love me so much, where were you? Where were you? So it looks like you're in self-protection mode. You're saying you weren't thinking about me when you did such and such a thing. You weren't thinking about me when you were doing some kind of negative stage within this relationship, or said something bad to me, or whatever was going on, right? So no matter what, you know, and it's almost like, okay, so if they said something really wrong, right? It depends on how it's going to be, but you gave me 3 of Swords, and it hurts a lot, right? And there's that betrayal again. So yeah, there was some kind of resistance to change. Maybe you're just saying you hurt me because you said you were going to change and you never did change. Or you changed for a minute and then went back to your old ways. Something there, but you feel like they have lost their way. They have lost their way in the situation. You wanted them to complete the cycle. You wanted this to be done and over with. But yet instead, they drug their, for some of you, they drug their feet and they didn't want to continue to keep moving, which left you with extra burdens, extra stress. Okay. Some of you even loss of freedom. Could have been overspending money and lost your freedom. You even go out to have good times, do things like that. So all it was doing was creating conflict. And now they're saying, oh, but I want to have the sudden change. Well, it looks like they will get their sudden change because you guys are getting the Tower. So it looks like, yeah, your sudden change is coming because your awakening is coming, right? Whether it's for the good or the bad or the ugly, right? It depends on the situation. Some of you, it might change, and they might actually change and come back to you if that's what you want. You know, it's going to be different for everybody. Okay, so how do they actually feel about you? Deep down inside. The majority thereof, please. Like I said, true love, because they do believe that you are their person. They believe you guys are meant to be forever and ever and ever, right? Give your relationship a chance. They want to work on this partnership. But they're afraid you're going to separate from them. But they're trying to stay as optimistic about this situation as possible. But they really do believe that you're going to release them because you are just watching all the red flags that they continue to do or don't do. Look, what, you know, it's like, even if they're not doing anything and I want you to do something, that's a red flag to me because you're not doing anything. And then they could turn around and say, well, I'm not doing anything. And you're like, exactly. Exactly. You're doing nothing. Absolutely. There it is. There's my red. Exactly. I wanted you to do something. I expected you to do something. Exactly. There it was. So whether they're doing something or nothing, it's still a red flag. I can't tell you how many times it's almost like people are like, but I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything. You were supposed to do something. That's why you're in trouble. Because what do you mean you did nothing? That's right. You did nothing. You sat on the couch and you did nothing. Absolutely. That's why I'm pissed off. I didn't do anything. I was just been sitting on this couch. Exactly, for days. Doing nothing. Right? So, yeah, exactly. I've been watching you. Been watching you, paying attention to you, and you keep giving me red flags. Right? Okay, my friends. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.